Hebu tusikize CS Mbadi anasemaje.
Early 2023, when we really felt that the cost of basic commodities could not be afforded by ordinary people, we had sufurias on our heads. Today, how many people are in the streets with the sufurias on their heads? I don't see them. It means now the cost of what was being cooked by sufuria has gone down. So that is what I'm saying in a nutshell.
Why are we in the position that we are today? And why are we making noise about William? Does it end when Ruto goes? Doesn't end there. And who is the alternative? Should we come back here and complain about the same issues under a different president? We should not do that. So, in your own mind, that favorite presidential candidate that you have, what can he do differently? Because we've all agreed that President Ruto has done enough. We want to thank him greatly. and give him a befitting send-off. He's done so much. He has done the biggest job God gave him to do. And that job was to awaken, for you to know that the leader you choose affects your life directly. Some of us used to think that, I can't wake up in the morning going to choose someone here in my share. Because you have a job, you've been given a loan, you are driving, you think you are immune to some problems. But with Ruto as president, the button of suffering was pressed, and he has distributed suffering equally. So, for that reason, he will go.
The unity of the mountain, the unity of Genz, but this unity is only the unity for the rich people from that place. In fact, the system that we have in Kenya produces the worst people in the most powerful position. I don't think that Gachagua represents the interests of the Kikuyu community, or I don't think President Ruto represents the interests of the entire Kalenjin community. But they want to put it as apparent that now that the Kalenjins are in power, the Kalenjins are happy. No, the truth of the matter that Kalenjins were in power for 24 years, and we still have poor Kalenjin people. So the unity that we must drive for based on ideology, because the political science is the science of distribution of resources. What we want, how are resources reaching to the most vulnerable people in this society? That resource can only reach through what we call, in our own thinking, a different political ideology that actually battles the neo-colonial system that we have in Kenya, because President Ruto himself and the previous political leaders in our country do not make decisions of this country. In fact, what we need to fight for this country as the young people is a national sovereignty to complete our independence, because we cannot have our former colonizers, the Western ruling class, deciding on behalf of how our country is being governed. It actually annoys me that in less than 5 years, we have surrendered almost 60% of our sovereignty to the Western Empire. Since 2022, we have the United States, for example, building an air base in our country in Wajir. We have the Batuk that still exists in Nanyuki. So how is it possible that we're a sovereign country? So what should you be uniting the young people is that the Kenyan must unite to make the decision for the Kenyan people on their own behalf. If we say that, then we will bring out what President Ruto last time called the hustlers versus dynasty, to bring the real hustler, because the real hustlers are the poor people. But now we are seeing that only lip service. The UDA wants to talk and put a lie on top of a lie, but they do not want to do anything for the benefit of the Kenyan majority.
We have a problem with the public debt. It's eating into half of what we produce.
Yes.
2, we have a problem of domestic borrowing by government. And let me explain a little bit about that. Usually, especially in Mwai Kibaki's government, we had a sensible parliament. It put a gap of the percentage the government should borrow domestically. The percentage of the GDP.
Okay.
That you are not supposed to go beyond that. Today, it is not there. You can borrow as much as you want. When we say that a government is borrowing locally, what do we mean? So most Kenyans, maybe they don't understand. When the government borrows locally, they are coming to borrow money from the open market. Your savings and mine. Where do they find this money? In our banks. Pension funds. Insurance companies, SACCOs. So when the government borrows money from all these entities, they take away the money you and me could have borrowed to either start a business or do a development project in the area. You have identified a market niche, but you cannot solve it because you do not have the money. Why? Because the government is borrowing everything. And why do the banks prefer to lend to government instead of people? It is more profitable. When they do risk calculation, with government it's minimal than lending to you. And also the government is borrowing at a very high rate. Maybe they are borrowing at the rate of 14%. So when they calculate risk on you, they will give it to you at 17%. It becomes so exorbitant, you can't repay. So the banks have one big customer called the government. They give all the money to government.
We do not fear you, and what we are saying that we will still not accept the leadership of William Ruto, because we believe that William Ruto is a person who does not deserve to sit at the head of this country. Somebody who celebrates the police when the police shoot innocent people. Somebody who organizes parties to thank the police for killing our innocent sons and daughters. That is not a leadership that we can accept. And therefore, we have decided to change our strategy as a way of preserving the lives of our people. And we will not...
Our friendship with Ruto is unstoppable. Whether you are an activist or senator from Nairobi, you are making noise, that is your business. Our friendship with Ruto is unstoppable. We will not stop it. Because as elected leaders, we have brains. We have brains and we know where the country is coming from and where the country is going. So when we make a decision to work with the president, you cannot come and lecture us. That, you know, because you think you know better English. Don't lecture us. We have brains and we have made a decision to work with President Ruto. And it is unstoppable. It's going to happen. We are going to work with Ruto, whether you like it or not. We will never.
So guys, there's something Bobo has said here. And all I can say is that I agree. So anasema, as the president, when you call MCAs to State House to ask them to protect the Nairobi governor, how will you end corruption? How will you fight corruption when you are also the one promoting it? Yep, I end home. Now we'll governor manyana protect. Thank you, very important. Anyway, Wantam.
Kasongo's net worth crossed $5 billion US. That is to say, he's over worthy 600 billion Kenya shilling, surpassing Moi and Kenyatta family. Within the shortest time possible, he has been able to acquire shares of the Imari properties in Dubai of 11.5%, according to the Business Gulf Journal that was released this September. Then we want to say that the gentleman is smart and is able to do business and do his own investment. That is why he's able to, acquire that amount of wealth. It's not possible. The sad part of this information is that he's been able to use the money from e-citizen, the money from SHA, the money from housing levy, so that he can be able to have different approaches in purchase of the shares, especially the one that he made in Dubai. He used the ESOPS approach. It's not possible for you to purchase that huge amount of shares in Dubai, especially when you are sitting president. Hiyo pesa anatoa wapi bwana? It's so difficult and close to impossible to raise 1 billion Kenya shilling in less than 5 years. Haiwezekani. Yeye ametoa 372 billion. Haiwezi.
That is where you find that most politicians, especially in Nairobi, they don't campaign in Muthaiga or in Lavington. People are clever. Even in America, mostly, because I remember in 1955, there was a guy called Andrew Stevenson. He was running for presidency in America. But then one lady told him, Andrew, right-thinking members of the public will vote for you. Andrew said, no, madam, I need the majority.
That's deep.
And politicians then go for the majority, whom they can maneuver.
That's what the business is.
So this, in 5 years, we have lost 5 development years. Nothing has happened in 5 years. The only deliverable thing that William Ruto and his government has done, whatever they've ticked in the so-called manifesto, maybe abductions, torture, and killing of youths who are agitating for change and who are within their constitutional rights. That is the only thing that William Ruto government has provided. That is the only thing that they have provided. And we have Raila here who says, I'm a liberator. I'm a liberator. I fight for the people. I fight for democracy. Aren't you the same guy who has joined this government that is killing its citizens? So when are you raising as a statesman? Because Baba, we are going to remember you for whatever you're doing right now. We're going to remember you for this. Everything else you've done in history, that is history. We know that you betrayed a generation. You had a chance to speak for the people, you didn't. Now, Kenya is on the verge of collapse. Our economy is dwindling by the day. Companies are leaving Kenya by the day. Abductions are happening day and night. Let me bring you up to speed. This is a country that was being run by the vision of the 2010 Constitution, which I understand William Ruto wouldn't even uphold because in the first place he didn't support it. He didn't uphold it then. And William Ruto, since coming to presidency, kutoka yake hiyo Biblia chini, mtu yangu kumekaa mbaya. Kumekaa mbaya. Watu wamedrop out mashule, kumekaa mbaya. We're not doing good as a country. We're on the verge of collapse. And if this cancer called William Samoei Ruto is not given the Wantam that he deserves, oh my goodness, if by any chance he gets another term, I'm afraid we will not have Kenya. That is not what we want, will we?
Wakili, how are you doing?
I'm okay, love. How are you?
I'm good.
Yes.
Gachagua already sees himself as the better candidate for 2027. Now that you are also in Safina Party, why should Kenyans believe on the Jimmy Wanjigi Willie Sutinho ticket as the real alternative?
Because we are chaperoning politics of issues. It's about the people's agenda, not about politicians. So it should not be about an individual. What does that individual represent as the issue that is of concern to the people of Kenya? So ask us, what do we stand for? We stand for the economy.
What vision and future plans do you have?
Our vision is very straightforward and very clear. We are going to pay odious debt. Illegal debt, we will not pay.
Yeah.
Then you ask us, what will you do with the money that you save? We will not pay for, Kenya will not pay for education. It will be free. They will not pay for healthcare. It will be free. We are going to stop borrowing from domestic market. With your ideas, you can walk into a bank here and access capital at a lesser interest rate. Today, you go there, interest rate 20%. Yeah. Why? Because government is borrowing heavily from that market. We'll stop borrowing from the domestic market. Let Kenyans access that money. Interest rate will fall to 3%. You borrow 1 million, in a year you are paying 30,000 at 3% interest rate. Who will not be able to economically feel empowered? Yeah. That is the difference between us and legacy politicians. Yeah. To them, it's about me, mtu wetu. I need to be a big person. No, we want Kenyans to be the big person by having money in their pockets.
Thank you so much, Wakili.
Thank you.
Hi Kenyans, mi sina maneno mingi. All I want to say is Ruto must go, like yesterday. Bye.
Enyewe, Ruto must go. Enyewe, Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go. Enyewe, Ruto must go. Wash fire, Ruto must go. Enyewe, Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go.